A bottle is termed, that means considered as standard if its capacity is mentioned as 200 ml. And then the key point is here, correct to nearest 10 ml. That means this is not actual value, but this is the estimated result. So if we use, again, we consider this a rule. And then our measurable value is 200. Correct to nearest 10, that means the next interval is 10 ml more than the measurable values. So every time we just have extra 10 ml and then 190 ml in left hand side. So we don't have any interval in between. So any length or volume within in the middle, then we round off afterwards. So the least possible capacity, we are talking about how we determine is that 190 or 200. Then the least possible capacity is 195 ml. It's quite to visualize like this every time. So if we ask you the actual length, that means the actual volume, then you will say that it's within 195 and 205. But beware, one thing is it can be exactly 195. So when it is exactly 195, you still consider it is 200. So there should be equal sign here. However, if it is exactly 205, then you consider it is 210 ml. So that's why this cannot be equal. We have this sign if we ask you about the actual volume. But now this time we just ask you the least possible values. So you just need to answer 195 ml. Because there are 5 marks in this question, you better write some step to show your understanding about this. Is equal to 200, and then we minus the interval 10 ml divided by 2. 10 ml divided by 2 are talking about this range. This range is the error. And then if you consider the maximum, the longest error is just half of the interval. Because if it is more than half of the interval, you consider it is another values. So this is called the maximum absolute error. If we ask you what is the maximum absolute error, then you will tell me it's 10 divided by 2. And then if I ask you the percentage of the error, then you use the maximum absolute error divided by the measure value. So we get 195 ml here. Then we proceed to part B. Part B, they say that the total capacity of 120 standard bottles, that means this situation, can be measured as 23.3 liter, correct to near 0.1 L. Do you agree? So I will strongly suggest your strategy should be calculate the actual values of 120 standard bottles volume. And then after that, we follow this criteria to round off the results and see whether it can be these values. I think this is the clearest method. So just now we already know that since the actual value of one standard bottle is within 205 ml and 195 ml. I use both limit is because I don't know which one they are talking about. I don't know how to compare with this, so I just write down both limit. And then what we interested is not just for 1 but 120. So therefore actual volume of 120 standard bottle is 195 ml times 120. 205 ml, the greatest possible case, times 120. I write down ml here is because we are going to compare with liter, which is another unit. So we just simply write that down for easy comparison. So this one, 23400 ml, and then right hand side, 24600 ml. We are now going to change it to liter. If you are not sure how to change ml to liter, then you just simply in your draft 23400 ml. You just keep a bracket for ml, and then you think about your understanding between liter and ml. It's because 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. That's why 1 ml is 1 divided by 1000 liter. So you may replace ml by 1 over 1000 liter. Just consider it seems like some simultaneous equation. Then you get 23.4 liter. So here is 23.4 liter, and then right hand side we have 24.6 liter. After that, we consider the minimum case is obviously not equal to this, right? So, but we still need to write very clearly. Therefore, the least possible volume is equal to 23.4 liter. This is correct to 0.1 liter already. Then we write down which is 23.4 liter. Correct to 0. Nearest to 0.1 liter, and then which is larger than 23.3 liter. That's why we show very clearly that it's impossible. So we should write down do not agree. Just 23.4 liter is not enough. The key point is you have to show me that you use the same criteria. You will find that it can't be 23.3. So that's why you have enough evidence to prove that this is impossible.